Hello friends, welcome to the unit number 2 of our machine learning, that is the models for the regression and classification. And in this lecture we will cover the first topic of our unit number 2, that is the linear models for regression. And in these linear models of regression we will cover two models, that is the least square and the second one is the k nearest neighbor algorithm. Now the learning outcomes. Now after studying this topic, students will be able to understand first what is linear regression, then what is least square regression, and the third what is k nearest neighbor algorithm of machine learning. Now let's start with the first topic, that is what is linear regression. Now linear regression is the predictive algorithm which provides the linear relationship between the predictions and the input. Now, if we call the prediction as y and the inputs are x, means our linear regression is the predictive algorithm which provides the relationship between y and input x. As we know from the basics of the maths, that if we plot the graph of x and y, then a linear relationship is always come with the straight line. For example, if we plot the graph for the values, that is, if suppose the inputs, that is x, which is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, and the predictions, that is y, which is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, means if we observe the input and predictions or x and y, then we will get that is our x equals to 1 2 3 4 5, and same our y or predictions are also equals to 1 2 3 4 5. Then we will get this graph. Now this graph indicates the linear relationship between x and y, or the linear relationships in between input and prediction. Now in this graph, our x-axis indicates the input and our y-axis indicates the output or the predictions. Now as per the input data, our x equals to 1 2 3 4 5. Also, our y equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as our inputs and predictions, that is our x and y are equal, so this graph is linear. Now, before moving further into this, let's understand the fact that is in real life we don't get such a perfect relationship between the input and predictions, that is x and y, and that's why we need the machine learning algorithms. Now the equation of straight line from the 2 points. Now the equation of straight line is written by using the equation, that is y equals to mx plus c. Now in this equation, m indicates our slope while c indicates our y-intercept. Now once we will get the equation for the straight line from the 2 points in space in y equals to mx plus c format, then we can use the same equation to predict the points at different values of x, which results into the straight line. And the linear regression is the way to predict the values of y for the unknown values of x, like 1.5, 3.6 or 4.5, and also for -1, -2 or -3. Now let's understand what is linear regression with the help of real world example. Now suppose the price of agriculture products and how it varies based on the location it's sold. Now the price will be low when it directly brought from the farmers, and the price will be high when it directly brought from the downtown areas. Now we will make one table in which the first will indicate the agriculture product and the second is indicates the price at point of sale. Now suppose the agriculture product it sold is directly from the farmer, then the price will be suppose 4. Similarly, if suppose the agriculture product is brought from the village, then the price at the point of sale will be equals to suppose 12. Similarly for city, it will be equals to suppose 28. Then for the town, if suppose it will be equals to 52, and for city downtown, it it will be equals to suppose 80. Now this table indicates if suppose the agriculture product is sell from directly the farmer, then the price will be low, which is equals to 4. And if suppose this product is sell from the city downtown, then the price will be equals to 80, means the higher price. Now, based on previous table, that is the agricultural product and where it's sold, if we plot the graph, then this graph will be like this. Now here, x-axis indicates the training data set, while y-axis indicates the price. Means our x-axis indicates the point of sale, means where that agricultural product was sold, either for directly from farmer or village or town or city downtown. And our y-axis indicates at what price it sold. Now for farmer, if suppose we bought that agricultural product from farmer, then the price will be equals to 4. Similarly for village, it will be equals to 12. Then for town, it will be equals to 28, like 52. And for city downtown, it is equals to 80. Now this graph, we can call it as a training data set. Now what is training data set? Now the training data set is the data set provided in the example that can be considered as a training data set for a problem statement stated above. And if we consider these inputs as a training data for the model, then we can use that model to predict the price at the locations between, that is in between the farmer's home and the village, similarly in between the village and town, similarly in between the town and city, and in city and downtown. Now our aim is come with the straight line which minimize the error between the training data and our prediction model. When we draw the line using this equation of the straight line, as we know the equation for the straight line y equals to mx plus c, then the maths allows us to get the straight line between any 2 points, that is x and y, in two-dimensional graph. And for this example, let's consider the farmer's home and the price as the starting point and the city downtown as the ending point. So the coordinates of the start and end points will be x1 y1, which is equals to 1 comma 4, and x2 y2, which is equals to 5 comma 80. Now here x1 equals to 1, that indicates the farmer, and y1 indicates the price of that agricultural product and that sold from the farmer. And similarly x2, that indicates the agricultural product was sold from the city downtown, and y2, which is equals to 80, that indicates the price uh, where from where the agricultural product was sold, that is from city downtown. So x1 y1 is our starting point and our x2 y2 is our ending point. So the coordinates are x1 y1, which is equals to 1 comma 4, and x2 y2, which is equals to 5 comma 80. Means x indicates the location and y indicates the. Now the first step is to come up with the formula in the form of y equals to mx plus c, where x is the known value and y is the predicted value. Now to calculate the prediction, that is y, for any input value, that is x, we have two unknowns. That is, first one is our slope, that is m, and second one is our c, that is y-intercept. Now we can calculate our slope, that is m, by using the formula, that is change in y upon change in x, means change in predictions upon change in input values. So as per the given set, as we know, the starting points are x1 y1 and ending points are x2 y2. So our x1 y1 which is equals to 1 comma 4 and x2 y2 which is equals to 5 comma 80. So by using this starting point and ending point, we can easily calculate the slope. Now slope, that is m equals to change in y upon change in x, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So y2 equals to 80 means 80 minus 4 upon 5 minus 1. 80 minus 4 which is equals to 76 upon 5 minus 1 which is equals to 4, means 76 by 4 which is equals to 19. So the slope which is equals to 19. Now the y-intercept shall be calculated by using the formula, that is y minus y1 which is equals to m into x minus x1, and we have already calculated m, that is slope, which is equals to 19, and our starting point, that is x1 y1 which is equals to 1 comma 4. Means by using these data, that is by using slope and starting points, that is x1 y1, we can easily calculate the value of c. So our y minus y1 which is equals to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1 equals to 4, means y minus 4 which is equals to slope is 19. So 19 into x minus 1. So if we solve this equation, then we will get the equation, that is y equals to 19x minus 15. Now, if we compare this equation, that is 19 y equals to 19x minus 15, with the equation of our straight line, that is y equals to mx plus c, then we will get the c or y-intercept which is equals to minus 15. Now we know that our formula is correct, as we get the same y value by submitting the x value. But what about the other values of x in between? That is 2, 3, 4. Now let's find out. Now the given formula is y equals to 19x minus 15. So when our x equals to 2, let's put the value of our x equals to 2 in this equation. So our y equals to 19 into 2 minus 15, and 19 into 2 is 38. So 38 minus 15 which is equals to 23, means our second value which is equals to 23. Similarly, when our x equals to 3, then y equals to 19 into 3 minus 15, means 57 minus 15 which is equals to 42, and the third value, that is x equals to 4, then y equals to 19 into 4 minus 15, that is 76 minus 15 which is equals to 61. So these values are different from what was actually there in the training set, and understandably, as the original graph was not a straight line, and if we plot this, that is xy graph, against the original graph, then the straight line will be way of the original points in the graph of 2, 3 and 4. So our if we compare our actual graph versus the projected graph, then we will get this graph, that is our x-axis indicates our point of sale and our y-axis indicates the price, and here the blue line graph indicates our actual graph, and our orange line indicates our projected graph by using our straight line equation, that is y equals to mx plus b or y equals to mx plus c. Now let's start with the first linear regression model, that is the least square regression. Now first, what is minimizing the errors? Now the error is defined as the differences of values between the actual points and the point of the straight line, and ideally we would like to have a straight line where the error is minimized across all the points. So there are many mathematical ways to do the same, and one of the method is the least square regression. Now what is least square regression? Now the least square regression is the method which minimizes the error in such a way that the sum of all square error is minimized. Now let's see the steps to calculate the least square regression. Now the first, the formula for the calculating slope, that is m, is m equals to sum of all, that is x minus x mean into y minus y mean upon sum of x minus x mean into 2. Now here star star 2, that indicates the square as a Python syntax. So let's calculate all the values required to come up with the slope, that is m. Now first we will start with the calculating the with different values of x. So to calculate x minus x mean, first of all we will calculate the x mean by using the formula, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 upon 5, means 15 by 5, which is equals to 3, means our x mean which is equals to 3. So at x equals to 1, means x minus x mean which is equals to 1 minus 3, which is equals to minus 2. Similarly, at x equals to 2, it will be equals to minus 1. Then at x equals to 3, our x minus x mean will be equals to 0. Then at x equals to 4, our x minus x mean will be equals to 1. And at x equals to 5, our x minus x mean will be equals to 2. As we have calculated x minus x mean, similarly we will calculate the values with the y. Now to calculate y minus y mean, now first we will calculate the y mean. Now how to calculate y mean? Now y mean is nothing but what? The mean values of all y, that is 4 plus 12 plus 28 plus 25 plus 80 divided by 5. Now if we will do this calculation, then our y mean will be equals to 35.2. So at x equals to 1, our y minus y mean will be equals to 4 minus 35.2, which is equals to minus 31.2. Similarly, at x equals to 2, our y minus y mean will be equals to 12 minus 35.2, which is equals to minus 23.2. Then at x equals to 3, our y minus y mean will be equals to 28 minus 35.2, which is equals to minus 7.2. Then at x equals to 4, our y minus y mean, which is equals to 25 minus 35.2, which is equals to 16.8. And at x equals to 5, our y minus y mean, which is equals to 80 minus 35.2, which is equals to 44.8. Now to calculate sum of all x minus x mean into y minus y mean. Now first of all we will calculate the x multiplication of our x minus x mean into y minus y mean, and after all we will add all the terms. Now at first coordinate, that is when our x equals to 1 and y equals to 4, then our x minus x mean into y minus y mean will be equals to 62.4. Then at 2 and 12, our x minus x mean into y minus y mean will be equals to 23.2. Then at 3 and 28, our x minus x mean into y minus y mean will be equals to 0. Then at 4 comma 52, our x minus x mean into y minus y mean will be equals to 16.8. And last, that is last coordinate, that is 5 comma 80, our x minus x mean into y minus y mean will be equals to 89.6. Now let's add all the terms. Now sum of all, that is 62.4 plus 23.2 plus 0 plus 16.8 plus 89.6 will be equals to 192. Now let's calculate the denominator part of the equation, that is sum of x minus x mean into 2. Now here star star 2, that indicates our Python syntax. Now minus 2 into 2 will be equals to 4, then minus 1 into 2 will be equals to 1, then 0 into 2 will be equals to 0, then 1 into 2 will be equals to 2, and 2 into 2 will be equals to 4, that is equals to 8, means sum will be equals to 10. So the overall calculation would be, that is m equals to sum of all x minus x mean into y minus y mean upon sum of x minus x mean into 2 will be equals to 192 by 10, which is equals to 19.2, means the slope will be equals to 19.2. Now the calculation of y-intercept. Now the y-intercept is calculated by using the formula, that is c equals to y mean minus m into x mean. Now c equals to 35.2 minus 19.2 into 3 means 35.2 minus 57.6 means our c, which is equals to minus 22.4. So the overall formula can now can it will be written as in the form of y equals to mx plus c, that is y equals to 19.2x minus 22.4, where c is the y-intercept and which is equals to minus 22.4. Now using least square regression on xy values, let's see how the predictions y changes when we apply 19.2x minus 22.4 for all x values. Now at x equals to 1, y equals to 19.2 into 1 minus 22.4, which is equals to minus 3.2. Then at x equals to 2, y equals to 19.2 into 2 minus 22.4, which is equals to 16. Then at x equals to 3, y equals to 19.2 into 3 minus 22.4, which is equals to 35.2. Then at x equals to 4, y equals to 19.2 into 4 minus 22.4, which is equals to 54.4. And at x equals to 5, y equals to 19.2 into 5 minus 22.4, which is equals to 73.6. Now this graph shows the actual versus the least square regression. Now here in this graph, the orange line indicates our least square regression, while our blue line indicates our actual data, means actual point of sale versus price data. And the second graph shows the three comparisons of our actual values, then the as per the straight line equation, that is y equals to mx plus c, and by using the least square regression. Now in this graph, in second graph, our blue line indicates the actual values, while our gray line indicates the straight line equation, means the graph as per the straight line equation, that is y equals to mx plus c, and the orange line indicates our the least square regression. Now, why this method is called as a least square regression? Now, this method is intended to reduce the sum square of all the error values, and the lower the error, lesser the overall deviation from the original point. Now we can compare the same with the errors generated out for the straight line as well as with the least square regression. Means if we see the second graph, then we will get our least square regression is close to our actual values, as means as compared to our straight line equation, that is y equals to mx plus c. Now let's see the second model of our linear regression, that is k nearest neighbor, and this algorithm is also called as an KNN algorithm for the machine learning. Now k nearest neighbor is one of the simplest machine learning algorithms based on the supervised learning techniques. KNN algorithms assumes the similarity between the new case and the available cases, and it put the new case into the category that is most similar to the available categories. And the KNN algorithms stores all the available data and classifies a new data point based on the similarity. This means when new data appears, then it can be easily classified into a well suit of category by using the KNN algorithm, that is K nearest neighbor algorithm. Now KNN algorithm can be used for the regression as well as for the classification, but it mostly used for the classification problems. And KNN algorithm is basically a non-parametric algorithm, which means it does not make any assumption for the underlying data. And it is also called as the lazy learner algorithm because it does not learn from the training set immediately. Instead, it stores the data set, and at the time of classification, it performs the action on the data set. And the KNN algorithm at the learning training phase just stores the data set, and when it gets the new data, then it classifies that data into the category that is much similar to the new data. Now let's see the example of our k nearest neighbor algorithm. Now suppose we have an image of creature that looks similar to the cat and dog, but we want to know it will be either cat or dog. So for this identification we can use the KNN algorithm, and it works on similarly measures. Our KNN model will find the similar features for the new data sets for the cats and dogs images, and based on the most similar features it will put either cat or dog category. So the input value is similar to our cat, and by using our KNN algorithm, we can predict by using that two images, that is for cat and dog, the predicted output is the cat. Now, why do we need the KNN algorithm? Suppose there are two categories, that is category A and category B, and we have the new data point that is x1. So this data point will be lie in which of these categories, either category A or category B. Now to solve this problem, uh, we need the KNN algorithm. With the help of KNN algorithm, we can easily identify the category or the class of particular data set. Now how does the KNN works? Now step 1, first of all, select the number of k of the neighbors. Then step number 2, calculate the Euclidean distance of k number of the neighbors. Then the step 3, take the k nearest neighbors as per the calculated Euclidean distance. Then step 4, among these k neighbors, count the numbers of the data points in each category. Then step number 5, assign the new data points to that category for which the number of neighbor is maximum. And last step, our model will be ready. Now suppose we have new data point and we need to put it on the required category. Suppose we have that orange data that indicates our new data, and we have to put that orange data into required category. So firstly we will choose the number of neighbors. So if we choose number of neighbor, that is value of k, which is equals to suppose 5. Now the next, we will calculate the Euclidean distance between the data points. Now the Euclidean distance is the distance between the 2 points which we have already studied in the geometry. It can be calculated as, suppose, x-axis and y-axis. If suppose we have two coordinates, that is a equals to, which is equals to suppose x1 y1, and b which is equals to two coordinates, that is x2 y2. So Euclidean distance between A1 and B2 will be calculated by using the formula square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So by calculating the Euclidean distance, we got the nearest neighbors as three nearest neighbors in the category A and two nearest neighbors in the category B. So here, if we see the image, then we will get idea because there are total number of three nearest categories, sorry, three nearest neighbors in the category A, while two nearest neighbors in the category B. So as we can see, three nearest neighbors from the category A, hence this new data point must be belong to the category A. Now, how to select the value of k in the KNN algorithm? Now, there is no particular way to determine the best value for the k. So, we need to try the sum values to find the best of them. The most preferred value of k is 5. Now, the very low value of k, such as k equals to 1 or k equals to 2, can be noisy and it leads to the effect of outliers in the models. Now, the large value of k will be good, and but it find some difficulties. Now, which are the different advantages of KNN algorithm? Now, first, it is simple to implement. Then, second, it is robust and to the noisy training data, and it can be more effective if the training data is large. And which are the different disadvantages of KNN algorithm? Now, always need to determine the value of k, which may be complex sometimes. And second disadvantage, the computation cost is high because of calculating the distance between the data points for all the training samples. So these are the various advantages and disadvantages of KNN algorithm. Thank you.